At first glance, High Court Bar Association meetings might seem like boring events. But lately, they have become political rallies. These advocates have been protesting for months after President Pervez Musharraf sacked and arrested this man, the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. Dozens of other judges have also been dismissed. The leaders of the lawyers' movement, as it's come to be known, are under house arrest, but their supporters carry on, demanding judges be reinstated. They also want to overthrow Musharraf's government. The lawyers' movement has helped galvanize public opinion against Musharraf, but it represents a deeper transformation in Pakistani society, the awakening of the middle class.
The middle class in Pakistan was there, but it was invisible because it was not financially very strong, and then also it was not politically very active.
During Musharraf's 8 years in office, the economy boomed and the middle class got rich. New restaurants and coffee shops opened up. During a Saturday evening in Lahore, the streets are packed with new cars. Emboldened by the newfound riches, the middle class is demanding the end of military control and a return to democracy.
We all have the same issues, the same grievances. We all want the same things. And the reason we all want the same things and probably have the same grievances is because we're all at the same point in life.
Aisha Malik and her family are typical of the new middle class. She earned a law degree from Harvard. Her husband Humayun got his degree from American University and later worked on K Street. Both want to raise their 3 children in Pakistan, but a Pakistan with strong civil institutions.
I like living here and I'd like my children to live here. And I'd like all those opportunities or all those reasons why anyone would want to go abroad to be here as well.
Except perhaps for the chauffeur-driven Toyota Corolla, their lifestyle would be familiar to most Americans.
Sit down.
Saturday afternoon means a trip to one of the kids' favorite restaurants.
My favorite restaurant is pizza and hot dogs because I like eating pizzas a lot.
Their children attend English language schools, and a mix of English and Urdu is spoken at home. After lunch, it's off to see how construction is going on their new house.
This one.
Yes.
This is the basement that they're digging. The basement is where our library and the study is.
Financially, they're better off now than when Musharraf took over. But for this family, and others like them, getting rich is not good enough.
This financially assertive middle class did not find enough political avenues to articulate its demands and to be heard in the echelons of power. And therefore, middle classes were forced to come out on the streets.
They also came out on the airwaves.
Hello and welcome to Principal Talk.
The economic boom here facilitated the launch of several news channels, including the English language Dawn News, aimed at people like Aisha and Humayun.
As uncertainty prevails in the country,
this is obviously a huge platform for these, elite class, this civil society.
Joining me in the studios to discuss this very
like the lawyers' movement, journalists here see their role as promoters of democracy.
This is our mission right now, to project the right image of Pakistan, to project the true values, to work for human rights, to work for democracy, civil liberties.
And just like the lawyers, the new television channels have run afoul of Musharraf, who shut them down last fall.
We are discussing this issue of national unity government.
They have all returned to the air, but not without signing a code of conduct that limits what they can broadcast.
Right after this short break.
Without freedom of thought, there can be no such thing as wisdom. And no such thing as public liberty without freedom of speech.
Aisha works as a corporate attorney. In the last year, it has become more difficult. Frequent rolling blackouts mean faxes and emails have to be rushed out before the lights go out.
I think we get electricity for less than 6 hours.
In court, she has to contend with increasing corruption and judges put in place by Musharraf whose allegiances might not be to justice.
People have no faith in judges and no faith in the court. They don't believe that you'll get any justice from the system. And I think that's the biggest disservice that he's done to the country.
Her biggest concern is the kids. Like working mothers everywhere, she has to balance life and work, running errands like taking the kids to school. But she does it in an environment of suicide bombings and political violence.
This last bomb blast took place on the Mall Road. That's where my son's school is. He's only 6 years old, but for him to come home and say, you know, there was a bomb blast near my school, that's scary.
The bombing near the school and dozens before it were the work of suspected Islamic militants. Musharraf has been aggressively targeting extremists, but even as the number of suicide bombings here increase, Aisha blames Musharraf, not the Islamic militants.
I don't blame the Islamic militants at all.
Instead, she blames Musharraf for using the insecurity as an excuse to clamp down on dissidents and to delay elections.
I mean, it's the government. The government is failing to safeguard the lives of their own people, and they are allowing all this to happen.
Experts think that the political battle between Musharraf and the pro-democracy movement distracts Pakistan from battling Islamic militancy.
So even a positive thing becomes a distraction for the war on terror. And if this would succeed, you will find that the war on terror will also succeed. Because you have then the support of the people, and you are operating on the basis of some true legitimacy.
Aisha's husband Humayun Ihsan founded the Pakistan Law College in 1996. He teaches constitutional law in a country where the Constitution is regularly flouted.
Judicial decisions shall be preserved.
His students are apprehensive about their future careers in law.
I don't see them as much discouraged. I saw more of a civil society image. Finally, we will say that we have a small, we have a beginning of the making of a civil society.
The disposed Chief Justice is a hero here, and the lawyers' movement is encouraging these students to get more engaged in politics.
I will feel proud when I will be a lawyer or a judge that I am also do something for our country, for the common people, just like nowadays the lawyers are doing.
We need to get out of this quagmire, out of this situation. So this struggle, I don't think it's totally fruitless. Frustrated नहीं होना. And ये शायद इतनी accurate calculation ना हो कि कुछ नहीं हो रहा. कुछ हो रहा है. कुछ हो रहा है. Word बड़ी आप